Hey everyone, hope you guys had a great Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. We're going to start the week out with some very simple and potent fitness. So it's a combination of hang squat cleans and burpees. The burpees will be done with a lateral hop over your dumbbell, your dumbbells, your kettlebell, whatever piece of equipment you're using. The way this works, it's going to start with a 6-minute clock, so as many rounds as possible in 6 minutes of 6 hang squat cleans and 6 burpees. Once you're done with that, you're going to take a 2-minute break, then move on to a 4-minute clock, so it's 4-minute AMRAP of 4 hang squat cleans and 4 burpees, and then a 2-minute rest, and then finishing up with a 2-minute AMRAP of just 2 hang squat cleans and 2 burpees. So hopefully your pacing across all 3 sets should increase because the reps get smaller and the time domain gets smaller. So start out kind of like at a nice steady, not slow clip, but deliberate, let's call it, for the 6 minutes. Then try to speed things up a little bit for the 4 minutes, and then just try to put the pedal to the metal and finish strong and fast on the last 2-minute clock. That's the idea. That's the way this should go down. So don't come out red hot on the first one and then just turn to a bag of mush for the rest of the workout. That would be counterproductive. Well, I guess it would still be productive, but not what we're looking for. The second part, that's just the first part. The second part, we'll just do a little bit of core work. You're going to accumulate 3 minutes in a hollow hold and 3 minutes in an arrested Superman, and that can really be broken up however you would like. It can be 3 sets of 1 minute of each. It can be 6 sets of 30 seconds of each. You get the idea. I'm not going to continue to do the math on that. But you try to accumulate 3 minutes. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can either do all 3 minutes of the hollow hold, then move on to the Superman. You could start with the Superman and then move on to the hollow hold, or you could go back and forth. I would encourage you to go back and forth. So do either 30 seconds to a minute on the hollow hold and then move on to 30 seconds to a minute of the Superman and then back to the hollow hold. You got the idea. And then we're going to warm up with our normal routine, dynamic stretch, and then we're going to warm up the movements in the workout. I would recommend that full warm up just to make sure the movements are nice and prepped. You get your heart rate up, you get a little sweaty, get a little hot beforehand, get out of breath, cool down a little bit, and then get started. Yeah, that's it. Let's go over the movements. So the hope is that you can use a pair of dumbbells for this. If you're using a pair of dumbbells for the hang squat clean, there's 2 ways to do it, I suppose. One would be with the dumbbells to the outside of your body, dip at the hip, so bend forward at the hip slightly, jump, whip the elbows around into the bottom of the squat, stand all the way back up. If you're more comfortable for whatever reason, you can start with your squat stance, bring the dumbbells between the legs, and then hang squat clean from there. If you're only using one dumbbell, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either do one arm. So in other words, if you're doing your set of 6, you can do 3 with one arm and then 3 with the other. You can do all 6 with one arm and then on the next set, switch to the other arm. Doesn't really make a difference. Either way, same idea. You can either do it from the outside of the body or you could do it from the inside of the body. I'd recommend probably the inside, so between the legs. If you only have a kettlebell, starting from the hang, I would grab the handle of the bell, give it a little bit of pop up in the air, drop underneath it, receive it. You can see I kind of grab it by the bottom of the handle, with my palms on the bell, and then stand back up and reset. If you're using a barbell, it would just be a normal hang squat clean from the hang, pop, drop underneath. If you have a backpack or a plate, same idea. The burpee, it's a regular burpee, chest, stomach, and thighs down to the deck. You're going to hop over whatever object you're using. I'm not going to demonstrate just because it's kind of tight quarters in here, and I'll probably end up hurting myself. But you don't have to stand all the way up at the top. You can stay kind of crouched down, pop your feet over to the other side, and repeat. These are meant to be done nice and quick, one right into the other, and get back to the hang squat clean. Hollow hold and arrested Superman. So for the hollow hold, I'm not sure if you guys can see this. So there's a few different variations of this. We'll start with the, I guess, easiest variation first, and especially if you plan on holding this for a minute, this should be sufficient for most people to start here. You're going to lie flat on your back. You're going to tuck your knees in to your chest. You're going to elevate your arms such that your bicep is next to your ear, and then from there you flatten your back, squeeze your rib cage down to your pelvis, keep your chin tucked, and keep the shoulder blades elevated off the ground while keeping the shoulders open. And just holding that will prove pretty challenging for a full minute if you truly maintain this position. If you allow yourself to start to relax, separate the ribs from the pelvis, let the shoulders start to creep down towards the ground, it'll make it significantly easier. So make sure you can maintain that position in the upper body before you start to move your legs. The second variation would be to either extend one leg out in front or just start to slowly creep your legs away. And if you can ideally keep your legs completely straight while still maintaining that position, that would be the most challenging variation of the movement. And again, as long as you can hold it for about 30 seconds and then just accumulate the 3 minutes, that would be fine. But certainly at least test out that easier version first. If your legs straighten out, you feel your lower back start creeping away from the ground and starting to arch, then that variation is too challenging for you. It's defeating the purpose. The arrested Superman, you lie flat on your stomach. Arrested means the hands are behind the head. You're going to elevate your chest up off the ground, flare your elbows out to the side so you pinch your shoulder blades together, and then the goal is to try to elevate your thighs off the ground. So keep your legs straight. Point your toes back, squeeze your butt, your hamstrings nice and tight, pinch the shoulder blades together, and hold that. So same idea, 30 seconds to a minute per set would be a good place to start. And work to accumulate that full 3 minutes. I think that's it, guys. Feel free to reach out with any questions. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.